you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge, and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
And we're back here at Miller Field. Here comes now the pitch from Dante Jackson. And they leave him in as pitching without being there for strike number one.
I believe Austin Golden at the bat now for the Lions. Coming with JoJo Milne. This is probably the best part of their batting order, coming at the bat with these next 4 hitters right now. And once again, they're at the top of their batting order.
So here comes Dante now, winds up, and here comes the ball. Pitch, he swings and misses, strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. A little bit surprised at this move, but I guess they try to want to save Matthew for the entire game tomorrow.
Well, you've seen him pitch almost all their pitchers except Matthew today, so they've been hitting about 2 innings each.
Here comes now the pitch. The only trouble with that, I don't think Matthew could even, but, you know, Matthew might be able to stay 4, especially if he's pitching full speed, maybe 4 or 5 innings at best.
Yeah.
But I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. Anyway, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And here's the wind-up, the throw.
And
he
it's a
hit
hard
hard
hit
hit.
ball, and that's exactly what they were scared of.
Left field.
And now a bad throw, and here we go.
He threw it there, but he's going to end up at second with a double.
They're calling it.
And now JoJo McMillan is up.
And Golden on second with JoJo coming up. JoJo hasn't been having a whole lot of luck today. He's got a pop out and a strikeout today. But he's been a one-man army on defense.
3-1. Rotary has not been able to score no more than 1 point. Here comes the pitch way high. That'll be ball 1. So they haven't really been able to really get things going on the offense either, though, Rob.
To be fair to defense, though, they haven't let the Lions score any more points since that first inning, though. And they have shut them down. That first inning was just a painful one for them.
Now being there high for ball number 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Dante is just a little bit off, though, but actually his pitching hasn't been too bad. But he's facing some
tough pit batter.
Some rough. Next 2 or 3 hitters are rough. Dante now looks. Now takes the pitch and throws it right down there. That should be, outside. Close. That'll be ball 3.
A little bit outside that time, I'm afraid.
This will be interesting. See what Randy will do. He's way over to see if he will go ahead and call. If he walks this person, that puts runners on first and second with good hitters coming up. You don't want to get this game completely blown out. Here comes out a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. Only problem with the Rotary, they got the bottom of their lineup that's coming up in their last part of the 6th inning. And they're going against one of the best pitchers in the league, JoJo McMillan. Here comes the next pitch. This one's going to be in there for ball 4. And Randy's going to keep him in there.
For JoJo.
That brings up Mr. Lex Swamington at the bat now for
Coming
the
to place
Lions.
number 5, Lex Swamington.
3-1. One of the things they have not been able to do is get a lot of hits today. Here comes the next pitch, and that's going to be foul back, strike number 1. No balls and 1 strike.
Both hands on the bat, boy. Drive through it.
Yeah, Rotary actually has more hits than the Lions. It's just they come at bad times. Usually the Lions walk to Rotary would walk to two or three people, and then they just hit 1 or 2 good doubles to get on base.
Here comes the next pitch, and this one's going to be in there for strike number 2.
2 strikes, no balls.
And that looked pretty good. I like that pitch. That was a pretty good, tough pitch right there.
Yeah.
Had a lot of speed on it. Looked good.
But he's going to need some more of those to get past these next couple batters.
So no balls and 2 strikes. The biggest problem, though, with the Rotary is on that they basically lost a game in the first inning.
Yep.
Here comes a showing in the butt. Everybody charges up. The ball will be outside. Runners will. And what happened? Oh. And what happened was. Interesting play, Robbie. They showed a bunt. So anyway, the third baseman ran up to get it, and then he pulled back. It was an outside, and there was nobody to cover third base on that steal.
Yep.
So it was a double steal that was on. And now Randy is saying something about if you show bunt that they can't do that. So that's an interesting play. And Randy says they can't do that, but apparently they can. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes now the pitch. And that's going to be outside. That's going to be ball number 2, and it counts 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Swabington. Runners on second and third for the Rotary, but they have no outs. Dante looks. Now winds up. Here comes the pitch. And this one's going to be a hit, and he falls down. They throw it to first base, and he slips out of his hands. And he put another score up there.
Now we'll bring up number 10, William Lee. With runners on the corners.
Will lead the back. Of course, William had a double and an RBI for a day.
No down, no
Struck out back in the 3rd inning, but as we know, William is probably one of the most powerful hitters in the league.
Well, we've already seen him hit one out of here on CC.
Yep, not going right over the fence.
Here comes Dante now, winds up and throwing the lead. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be high for ball 1.
And the runner, of course, you'll have Swabington steal to second. And this is kind of going to start getting away from him here. This is if Lee hits a good hit here, this is going to get away from the Rotary pretty quickly here. With again, they're stuck right in the middle of the tough top of the batting order the Lions have.
It's the opposite for the Lions. They're in real good shape on their defensive end. Here comes now the pitch, way high.
And
here comes the runner will go in, and they will be safe.
And Cookie safe.
And now bring it 5-1.
Making it 5-1.
And Randy will probably call timeout and might stop this. Here he goes. He's going to call timeout. Now imagine they're going to bring Matthew Hart in. Well, let's see what takes place. He has a signal of change yet.
William Lee
is called to him. Telling.
No outs. We're going to get everything set.
And this is an interesting. They're going to bring Bassfield in as pitching.
Well, I guess it's kind of a pitcher tour we're having today for the
That's unbelievable.
Rotary.
Well, he must be thinking of Matthew pitching the entire game. Bless his heart. I hope he can do it.
Matthew. I think Matthew might have a hard time lasting the entire game, I'm afraid. It's a long ways to go. So here we are, top of the 6th inning. be Rotary trying to getting out of this top inning here and into the bottom part. They'll have one last shot to come back and score a few runs. Now a 4-run deficit they got to overcome, which is going to be a tough one, no doubt about it. And like I said, you got William lit the bat here, who's 0-0 defense. Had a double for the day, an RBI. I tell you right now, Bassfield has his work cut all out for him, that's for sure.
Well, again, a bad time to bring this pitcher on in there. I mean, because has no authority. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of authority on throwing the ball, and you've got one of the best hitters in the league coming up that can knock the thing out of the park.
Yeah, this is a tough situation to be in, no doubt about that.
In other words, what I mean, I'm not saying that Bassfield is not a good pitcher. I'm just saying that
he's facing some tough hitters.
But I mean, he's got, I mean,
these are all.
Dante Jackson was facing some tough hitters.
There's no doubt that Will Lee's going to make the All-Stars this year. No doubt about that. And this is a tough batter you got to hit to right now. And Matthew needs to give their second base's position. He's kind of out of position over there.
Well, Matthew finally gets back. He can't believe he's not in there pitching, I don't think.
Well, I can see Randy's strategy, but.
And anyway, a hard hit ball to first base. Dylan Dunn will get it. Will throw it to first. He will get him out.
Got him at first.
Another run will score, however, that'll make it 6-1.
Making it 6-1.
Jacob Morris to bat now. Jacob has a double and RBI to his name today.
And one of the things that like I said, Rotary has not played a bad game, but they the biggest thing is they've been able to hit off of them. A lot of hits, by Lions. Here comes the next pitch. And a hard hit ball, and what a grab by Dante Jackson, and we'll get him out. That'll bring up the second out.
That brings up Mr. DJ Coleman, who had a single back in the first inning.
DJ Coleman.
So if they can get out Coleman, then they got. Thing is, they got McMillan that's going to be pitching to the bottom of the batting order. Way up there, that was kind of a weird delivery.
I think Bassfield just kind of lost control on that one.
So it's 2 outs. So they'd have to throw it to first base, though, on a ground ball. Here comes the next pitch by Coleman. Way down there, and that'll be in there for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Anyway, though, it doesn't kind of, I mean, that would broke the plane, that'll be strike 1. But you know what, at this point, it don't matter. He would have to really walk 3 or 4 people right in a row.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is they don't want to get no big hits.
Bassfield's got himself quite a bit of buffer room now.
Yep. That'll be way down.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't want to dig yourself any deeper in a hole, but at this point, I'm not really sure it's going to matter a whole lot, frankly.
Well, it's not like you got to worry about you're not in a
2-run game anymore. So.
Yep. Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be a high fly ball that will drop in, and they throw it back in to Matthew Hart. He'll cut it off and throw it on back to Bassfield, and
Mr. Kevin Dalton the bat now, and a Coleman on first base.
Brings up Kevin Dalton.
So here comes now the pitch. Way down low. Here comes the runners. Will run down to second base. And they try to throw it to Matthew. Here goes DJ Coleman, and he will throw it. And he actually throws it back to Matthew. And Matthew's daring DJ to go on in there.
That puts DJ now on third base.
DJ wanted to go home on that play. Matthew cocked that right arm back and was aiming towards home, and he thought he better stay at third base. So with 2 outs, no force play, that's for sure. Here comes the pitch way high, ball 1.
Ball 2, actually.
Is it ball 2?
Yep. Scoreboard's once again not correct.
One thing I feel like, the Rotary is acting like they're kind of giving up on this game.
Well, it's tough for me. Like I said, and there goes another ball for ball 3.
That's 3 balls and no strikes. Well, a loss here for the Rotary. Well, they're leading the league by 2 runs. Well, now we'll bring them into 1 run, or not runs. That's how ball 4. But I mean, game by 2. This will bring them in. This will bring the Lions into 2nd place only by 1 game.
That brings in Mr. Matthew Hidden at the bat now for the Lions, with Dalton on first and Coleman on third.
Here comes the next pitch. In there for strike number 1. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Hinton. Runners on first and third for the Lions. Here comes now the pitch. And there it's going to be inside, ball 2. Runner will go down to second base. And now runners is on second and third. And a very familiar sight for the Rotary, looking over there and seeing bases, multiple runners on bases this game.
Yeah, that's just been what's killing the entire game here.
Yep, here comes the next pitch. And here comes Coleman. He's going to try to get him. And they're going to, he is out of there.
Got him out at the plate for the 3rd out.
Well, a 3rd and final out. And now Rotary is going to come up and have their last ups. It's 6-1. The Lions leading by 5. We'll be back right after this.
What does your world sound like? That's geography. The music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
Back here at Miller Field, 6-1, and a Lions lead on this one.
6-0. 6-1 rather, sorry. Not a shutout. Not quite a shutout here.
And the biggest thing now, Rotary's got their last 3 ups coming up.
And coming up the bat will be Victor Smith, followed by Yonde Meredith. After him would be Dante Jackson.
Oh boy. Well, lights are finally starting to come on here at Miller Field.
Yeah, gotta love the old lights. They take half an hour to turn on, but
Randy's still protesting that one call by the umpire Jackson. Joe Jackson, what it was a bunt, and the runner was able to advance to third.
Yeah, he's saying you shouldn't be allowed to when you show bunt, your runner's not allowed to steal third when he shows bunt, I think is what he's trying to say.
Well, that's because your runner on third can't steal third because your runner on third's coming in.
Exactly. Otherwise, if you could do it, you'd do it every time, frankly. Why not, right?
That's right. So it's kind of hard to protect against that ones. Okay, here we are. This is last hope for the Rotary. And here comes JoJo McMillan. He's been nothing but superb in this game. And he brings that one outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strike.
You know, you can see where his strike and ball ratio is. About 5-1.
Yep.
Stay in there. Come on, Rick. You can do it.
So now here comes now JoJo. Winds up. Throws the ball again. That's inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
Stay there inside, but
Coach Randy giving inspiration there.
So here comes, he agrees with the thing. Here comes the pitch right down there. Strike 1.
That was definitely a strike that time. No doubt about that one.
One thing about JoJo has improved since last year. JoJo's always been a pretty good fast pitcher, but he didn't have the control. This year he's got the control, superbly got the control.
Ball 3.
That one went in there for ball 3, unfortunately, but to the most part, he's thrown very, very controlled game. And one of the other things that he's done, that he has got a lot of stamina. He can stay in for 100 pitches.
Stamina has been the big thing for JoJo this year. There's so much stamina, he'll stay in the whole entire game.
Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be in there for strike 2. No question about that one. That one's right in there.
That brings up a full count situation here against Victor Smith.
Check the play, buddy.
And they're going to call time here.
And now they're calling a...
I don't know if Randy's going to dispute that call there the third while back.
And he's still on that thing. I think that's what's got him upset. Well, I can't wait to have the team meeting following this game. I know that's going to come up.
Oh, yeah.
2-2 is the count. Here comes now the pitch from JoJo McMillan. Here it comes, and that one's going to be strike number 3. And that comes Meredith.
Let's do Allende Meredith at the bat now. Allende walked last time. Here's up bat.
All right, one away out there. Ready. DJ.
JoJo wants 3 up and 3 down. That's what he'd like.
I think every pitcher wants 3 up, 3 down if they can get it.
Yep. Here comes JoJo. He'll probably shoot this one right down in there. Here it comes. And that's in there for strikes. So what, did he throw him, 4 or 5 strikes right in a row?
Well, two strikes in a row. He had a couple of balls before then. Still 13 strikes and only 4 balls so far.
So here comes down the next pitch. And a hard hit ball, and guess what? Meredith gets a base hit, a nice base hit.
Nice base hit.
And
that kind of surprised her, didn't it?
Brings up Dante Jackson.
That brings up Mr. Dante Jackson the bat. And Allende just surprised us all with a nice base hit out to right field.
Very good, man. That was Meredith, right?
Yeah,
very good, Meredith. I mean, I can't wait to congratulate him on that one. Here comes the next pitch. And a hard hit ball. This one's going to go down to the third base line. They're going to bring him. They're going to take him to second base. He's going to be a third base. And now you got runners on second and third for the Rotary.
Allende to third.
Well, we didn't expect that, did we?
Brings us to the top of the order.
And here comes a situation that Rotary has been wanting for a long time. Men on base with your best batters coming to the bat.
And they really haven't hardly had that the whole game.
And Dylan Dunn's had a single and a double and an RBI today. So he's been having a pretty good day.
So if Dylan Dunn gets a base hit, that can definitely bring 2 of them in.
This game ain't over yet, is it?
Not quite. Here comes down McMillan now with a pitch. Way out and low, and that's going to be in there for ball 1.
And I'll be honest, I would not take a chance to send that runner in on home unless I...
Oh, not to break up this rally, no.
Yeah,
right now we're,
you're just too good right now.
And then
you got to show a little confidence in
Meredith. Meredith started this off, followed by Jackson, went right down the line. Here comes an owl pitch. And a swing and a miss by Dunn. That'll be in there for strike 1.
And JoJo picked up the speed and threw one of the fastballs. Caught Dylan Dunn swing a little late that time.
So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes a pitch. And it is hard hit ball, and it'll go to Lee. Lee gets the man. He's going to try to man it first, and they get him. He stops the ball, and he scores.
Out at first.
Catcher dropped the ball.
So to get the runner at first base will bring up the second out. It did not get the runner that final out. Almost did though, but
that was the right decision to make, Frank. Go for the easy out right now. A run here or a run there is not going to hurt you any if you're the Lions.
1 down. It brings up Peyton Lawson.
Peyton lost the bat. Peyton hasn't been holding a lot of luck today. He's going to try to change his luck on this one though.
Well, right now, if we can get him on base, then you got Vaughn and Hart coming up.
Yep.
So here, let's see what they're going to do.
Good job, bud.
First base needs a tie shoe. Tell you, Velcro. Tell you, Velcro for these kids. That's what they need.
So here comes now the pitch. And as a high fly ball will go foul, strike 1.
I think Dad was heading for Jenny that time. Yeah, as I said, she wasn't very happy about that, was she?
So no balls and 1 strike. With 2 outs, here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be a swing and a foul back. Here comes the pitch. This is going to be safe.
Got him.
He's got him.
Yep.
Safe.
Runner is safe. Making it 6-3.
So he knocked the Lions lead in half, but problem is that still makes a 2-strike situation for Lawson.
Yep. Trouble is, poor Rotary's done ran out of innings.
Yeah, they've had to basically trading out for every run they've made. Can't keep doing that very long. Now this not the type of lead that the Lions have on them.
One more.
So here comes the pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. And here comes JoJo with a fastball, strike 3, and that ends the ball game. So,
And that's the ball game.
so anyway, 3-6, and the Lions win over the Rotary, and they'll be playing. We'll be back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and we will be playing, going up against the VFW of Cruz. So,
Yep, you maybe brought has a solo tomorrow. I think I got to work. So,
but folks, we're going to see you guys later from Miller Field. Again, the final score, 6-3, Lions over the Rotary. We will see you later. Have a good night, everybody.